So, Kip, today we're going to be talking a little bit about Bitcoin and CRO Coin and why I believe, and we're going to talk all about this, guys. CRO could have a huge rise against Bitcoin. Now, it's not going to happen immediately overnight, folks, but I do believe that there's a very strong reason for this to happen. And for me to kind of go through this, we're going to take a look at the charts here. We're also going to take a look at the crypto landscape overall. Clearly, a lot of things are happening with regulation right now. FTX funds in Japan came unlocked today, so that's affecting the markets. Crypto is taking a little bit of a dip. We'll talk a little bit about why and quite a bit more. But guys, we're feeling good about these crypto markets. How about the CRO Coin pump, Blacksea? How you doing, Blacksea?
Doing great. Yeah, pretty exciting to see that amidst all of the consolidation, I'll call it. I won't say downward price action because we are consolidating, in my opinion. But it is cool to see CRO Coin outperforming the rest of the market right now. Very, very cool.
Oh, it's looking beautiful. I mean, we almost hit 10 cents yesterday. It was so exciting. People on Twitter were going wild. I was hoping, and we talked a little bit about this in the last stream. I'm just waiting for a breakout to 30K. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. We're taking a little bit of a downturn right now, but it's just common, just retracement. Nothing goes straight up, folks, here. Best strategy, we talk about it all the time, is just dollar cost averaging over time. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for joining us here today. If you guys like this content, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel. Texas, Nazar, good to have you guys. Good to have the Crow fam in the chat. Guys, let's look at these markets. First off, gotta note, crypto market cap still over $1 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is very strong, but looks like the crypto market cap is moving slightly down today. Bitcoin was at $25,000 this morning, but it's still up 7% over the last, 10% over the last 7 days. If I could just look at some of these top gainers for the last 7 days, you'll see that Anchor had a partnership recently with Microsoft that was pretty substantial, giving it 58% gains. Everybody's talking about Stacks as well, which is a newer project. Filecoin making a big move because they're building their own blockchain, which is very interesting. Neo is a coin that I used to. Neo, you remember Neo, Blacksea?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Learned a lot from Neo. Learned a lot about trading from that specific coin.
Oh my gosh. That was like when we were learning about, this was back in 2016, guys. This is one of my biggest holdings. And this is when I was like all in on altcoins because I didn't understand Bitcoin's king. I was like, oh, well, there's just better gains in these. Neo was my player. I lost money on my first go on Neo. I could have made bank again. Game of taking profits, folks. Why is Neo pumping today, you might ask? Well, same reason VeChain's pumping, because these are related to China. And we're going to talk about China today because China, and specifically Hong Kong, which isn't technically a part of China, but it's got ties to Beijing, folks. We'll talk more about that. China is looking bullish on crypto, and this is very exciting, guys. So you see a lot of these Chinese-oriented projects. Neo is a Chinese blockchain. VeChain is a supply chain solution for China, which is from China. So be on the lookout for China.
I'm very eager to hear your take on that because there's the word on the in the crypto space is that when China bans crypto again, that will be the top of the bull market.
Yeah, guys, I like that is Blacksea. It's so hilarious. How many times have we seen China ban Bitcoin? At least once a year, probably.
Oh yeah.
Once a year. So yeah, it's almost kind of scary, right? Because if everybody just builds their portfolio based on this China hype, well, then what happens when China flips the script again? But to be honest with you, I think that was just a line. We talk about the banks battling Bitcoin. We talk about, even our government, right? Like talking a big game against Bitcoin. I think in the background, all these countries, all these banks, all these big players, JP Morgan's a great example. The CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, bashes crypto, yet his team is allowing their institutional investors to invest at JP Morgan. I just think they say one thing and they're doing the other. And I think China kind of is finally coming out and showing their cards by talking a little bit about this Hong Kong news, which we'll get more into it. But yeah, it's really interesting, Blacksea. I'm gonna go in deep on that one. We got to talk about some of that. Matic had a little bit of FUD today. They had 20% of their workforce was laid off. I saw a headline. I did a short about this. If you guys check out the channel tonight, we'll post this short where, they laid off 20% of their workforce, and then there's a negative headline about it. But keep in mind, it's up 7%. They say, oh, it crashed 6% today. It's up 9% over the last 7 days. And if you look at the last month, it's up 30%. So it's like, it's just so funny. The crypto market's pumped $300 billion over the last month. And we just look at these news stories and we just see so many bearish headlines, and it's nitpicking, and Coinbase. We'll talk a little bit about Coinbase. That's a great example. But CRO Coin coming in at rank number 34, CRO fam. So smash the like button. We got CRO coming back, hopefully into the top 20s. A lot of FUD for these exchanges. Blacksea, what's your take on, OKX? I mean, this OKX token is up 18% over the last 7 days. And it passed CRO. It's weird. It's an exchange token. It is a big exchange. This exchange is apparently bigger than Crypto.com. Why would this exchange get such a bigger move than even Binance too, right? Binance hasn't moved. Why? I can't figure it out. I mean, there's nothing specific that I've seen. Maybe it's China-based.
I just think that a lot of people have been starting to talk about it a little bit more in the past 6 months. I've definitely heard OKX, isn't that what it's called? OKX?
Right.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it a lot in the past 6 months, and I think just hype. I think honestly it's just hype. And people have said, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out on the next Binance. I don't want to miss out on the next CRO, and it's hype.
Yeah, and maybe that comes out of people that are like, okay, looking for the next bull run. These exchanges survive. These are the strongest exchanges, and so they're placing their bets. It's just interesting to see that the bets aren't coming to CRO yet. But that being said, we did have some pretty good moves the other day. Again, we took a stab at 9 cents, and that all makes sense because when you do have $300 billion flowing into the market over the last 3 months, guys. The market cap of CRO is only $2 billion. And so if $300 billion flows into the top these top coins, CRO is going to pick up some of that volume. And so it did. It's up 30 or so % over the last month or so, just like Bitcoin. That being said, it has been trading a little slower than Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has been trying to make a move. I mean, how long do we have to wait for Bitcoin to break this $25,300? That's what I'm seeing.
I mean, I think that we've made a ton of progress. I'm okay to trade at this level. I'm okay to be knocking on the $25,000 door for the next month or so. I know a lot of you guys probably don't want to hear that, but I'm okay with that. I'm bullish if that happens because the longer that happens, the more time we have for the RSI to cool off. And when the RSI cools off, there's more room that opens up for a big move to the upside. And then we can fully penetrate the 25,000 and maybe go straight to 30K. We could have a big move, a big month like past January. All we need to do is consolidate for a little bit. I'm okay with trading underneath 25,000, just bouncing up and down. That's okay.
Yeah, and it really isn't even a drastic move. I mean, we're really just we're in a pattern. I mean, you can see this triangle kind of forming right here. And so you guys should, it could come out to right about here where there's going to be kind of a breakout point. If you kind of see, just like this basic, it's a lazy shape, but you guys will kind of get the point. Like there's going to be a point somewhere up here where I think we'll have a breakout. And that could be, really here at the end of February, which would make sense because that leads right into a new monthly candle. But it is good to see that, February is green. That is great to see. I'm excited. We just have so much time to accumulate. I mean, when we look at this market, we know that the Bitcoin halving is coming. When that comes, I'm just so excited for these gains. And
yeah, I think that's pretty awesome to see that we're really staying true to this 4-year cycle. There's been some times where we've said, oh, the 4-year cycle is broken on Bitcoin. Oh, it's broken. But when you really zoom out, we're definitely mapping out the 4-year cycle. And I've been seeing some people over on crypto Twitter talking about, oh, we're going from here straight to new all-time highs. And I just want everybody to take a step back, zoom out a little bit, and realize that I think there's a good chance that we trade between the $25,000 to $40,000 range for the next year. Just be prepared for that. And don't push that thought away. Welcome that. Because if you welcome that, you're going to be accumulating for a year, guys. That's fantastic time to be buying and preparing for the next bull run, the true bull run, when we have a big couple months of green candles.
Millionaires, billionaires, and houses are bought and paid for from the people that buy in the bear market during the accumulation phase leading to the bull market. If you're waiting for the bull market to come to buy, you're probably going to make some money. If you sell, you got to take profit. But these are the best times. And so, hey, I'm with you. If this thing trades sideways, even if we trade down, gives me a better price to buy, I'm all about it. Now, here's another thought. Now, in the thumbnail, guys, we got 400 and some 50% gains for CRO versus Bitcoin. Crypto Kip, are you a psychopath? Well, I might be a psychopath, but I've also got reasons for saying something like this. So I'm going to just talk real quick. We're talking Bitcoin. Now, Blacksea. Diminishing returns are a thing in these crypto markets, right? But let's just talk Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin to 200,000, Bitcoin to 300,000, Bitcoin to 150,000. What's reasonable to you? Is any of that reasonable to you?
You know what? I have a anecdote I need to say that happened today. So
yes,
I was going to get my coffee from the Starbucks. I was going through the drive-through and I saw a gentleman there that I see quite often, and he said to me, Blacksea, what should I be buying? What should I be buying right now? And I said, oh well, honestly, right now is probably a great time to be accumulating some Bitcoin. And he said, Bitcoin, crypto, I'm scared of that stuff. And I said, I chuckled and I said, who told you to be scared of it? And he said, everybody. And I said, that's why you buy it. That's why you buy it. And he said, like, how high do you think it's going to go? Everyone said it's over, it's done. And my conservative estimate, to say what I said to him, this happened today, what I said back to him, because I wanted to be conservative, and I'm not going to tell people, oh, it's going to go to $1 billion. Conservatively, I said, I think it could go to $160,000 in the next 2 years. I think that a next bull run peak, we should be touching or be a couple $10,000 to $20,000 off of $160,000. Conservative.
I love it. And I was hoping you would tell that story. In fact, I pulled this article up, and this is back from December 12th, guys. Now, remember where this market was at in December 12th. 60% of Americans, folks, see crypto investing as highly risky. But millennials are still its biggest fan. Why? Because they look into things. They do the research. They like YouTube. They like new things. They like developing technologies. They're tech savvy. They're on their iPhone. They understand that the future is based on the iPhone, which is why we're so bullish on crypto.com here. And this is why we're so bullish on crypto. If I can send you Bitcoin through my phone like that, instead of relying on Western Union or a bank, it's as good as gold. In fact, it's better than gold, which is why I think the crypto market cap will flip gold's market cap, which is $12 trillion. So, I mean, we have trillions of dollars that are still ready to flow in. But that story you had today, Blacksea, is a beautiful, beautiful story and a prime example of the sheep mentality that a lot of people have. And I'm sorry to the fella at Starbucks. I don't mean to insult you if you're watching this. We love you. We want you to get with the program. That's why we're talking about this. We want to make an example of this because it's true. People do see this as highly risky. People see this stuff as highly risky. But if you read this article and you bought this dip on December 12th of 2022, then congratulations. You made 40% on your money with almost any crypto token that you bought. And it's unbelievable. I love that story, Blacksea. I love it. So
yeah, I would like to add to that there's a reason why not every single person in the world has financial freedom and why every single person in the world doesn't have abundant wealth. And it's because they listen to what everyone is saying. And it is very, very important, not to get into philosophy here, but it is very, very important that you take a second to step back and think for yourself, do some critical thinking, and ask yourself, why is everyone telling me this? And why should I be walking in the opposite direction of everybody telling me to do this? It's very important to be thinking outside the box if you want to achieve goals and achieve things that not the, quote, everybody has.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If everybody's doing one thing, you might want to at least consider doing the opposite. You got to look into it. You got to look at both sides of the story, and then you decide for yourself what the true value is in whatever it is that people are doing or people are saying, or maybe you got to take the opposite position. And in this case, somebody like that at Starbucks, they hear what everybody says, maybe because just the headlines, right? It's these articles, these FUD headlines, these FUD publications, right? The 60% of Americans headline, that's a CNBC story. I understand it. But I love what you're saying, Blacksea. And, $200,000 Bitcoin, sure. Let's just pretend, and guys, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Bitcoin could struggle with $100,000. We'll have to see what happens. But let's just take $200,000 and say, okay, $200,000, that's going to be the number. Okay. And let me round up. I'm going to round up and you'll see why in a second. Let's just call it, I'm going to call it $240,000 and you'll see why. The previous all-time high for Bitcoin, I'm just going to go, again, approximate numbers, $60,000. So let's just say Bitcoin goes from $60,000, its previous all-time high, to $240,000. That's a 4x. I'm giving you guys clean numbers. That's a 4x. Now, keep in mind, guys, Bitcoin did just hit its golden cross. This is very good. We know the 4-year cycles are coming. I'm so bullish. I'm so excited about not, maybe tomorrow, right? But it's long term. We're looking at these cycles. Let's just say Bitcoin can get roughly a 4x in the next cycle. Let's talk about CRO now. And why? Because I said in this thumbnail, 450% gains for CRO, folks, versus Bitcoin. Crypto Kip, are you crazy? Well, guys, here's the thing. Let's look at the weekly candles for CRO. CRO versus Bitcoin is the chart you're looking at. Now, I have got a lot of different price levels and I got some for the short term and I got some for the long term. Right now, we're looking at the long term for CRO, okay? And if you see where we're at right now, and I just measure the move, and it's just assuming, and I think it's safe to assume, that CRO can once again reach this previous level that it previously had, back up at this band at 401699. Eventually, at some point in the bull market, I feel like it is very possible, considering how popular this exchange is, how it survived a bank run, how it's one of the leading crypto platforms in the world. It's one of the easiest to use on your mobile phone. The advertising is incredible. I think it's very feasible for this project to get back to this top band. And if we get back to that top band, guys, it's from here, it's 372. But if you look at from the spot we rebounded the other day, it's right around 400 and change. Possibly could get up to this 450% if we hit this previous green wick. So guys, there is 350 to 450% gains versus Bitcoin that CRO could get. Now let's just give another square number, and let's just say it's 400% versus Bitcoin. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, when you think about it, let's say Bitcoin goes to $240,000. That's a 4x from the previous all-time high. Okay. Does that mean that CRO is going to have an additional 4x on those gains for Bitcoin? That's essentially what these numbers are saying, guys. And so you could have, upwards of 16x over Bitcoin gains for CRO. That's incredible because, again, remember, Bitcoin's gonna 4x. I mean, if Bitcoin 4x's, the gains for CRO are going to be insane. And they could, in fact, be even bigger because, again, the market cap on CRO is so small. It's $2 billion. If, let's just say the market cap of crypto overall goes from, where we're at right now, $1.2 trillion to $5 trillion, well, then $4 trillion worth of money just flowed in the market. Can CRO Coin get, a couple $100 billion from there? Maybe 100 billion, maybe 200 billion. If so, insane gains coming, guys. But what do we need to get past? It's these regulation fears. It's all these fears. And Blacksea, we haven't really talked about this chart too much on the channel. And I've just been starting to kind of pull it up because everybody in the chat's been freaking out. CRO's not performing. Well, here's why. I mean, it was falling against Bitcoin, but I called it out the other day and I said, looks like we might have bottomed here on this line. And we had a rebound and we went all the way up to this other line. I predicted this on the channel. If you guys are following the channel, you saw this. We were talking about this coin daily. we're calling this. So subscribe, guys. Follow us. We're not investing experts, right? This is not financial advice, but we're gonna call them as we see them. And if you guys are watching, maybe you can make a trade. And if you want to make a trade on a coin like this, we got free money for you guys when you sign up for Femex, when you sign up for Bitcoin, BitGet, up to $8,000 sign up bonus when you sign up for BitGet. I think like $4,500 on Femex. Be careful, guys. But this chart, Blacksea, I mean, CRO Coin versus Bitcoin. We got to look at this chart, right? I mean, this is huge. This is very, very critical.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think that CRO Coin, what we need is, if we need this market to truly be adopted by the masses, and it will. We are already on the road to that. Once this regulation gets passed, that is the hurdle. Once this regulation gets passed, the crypto exchanges are going to be where the big time investors in the traditional market are going to turn their heads to and want to invest in. Because if you could invest in the people that, if you could invest in the overall stock market like the S&P 500, or somebody that were to sell these coins like, say, an investment broker, and you could see that there was only a handful of them, that's going to be the first place they're going to look, and that's CRO Coin, Binance, maybe even this OKX now, but that is going to be the first place they're going to look at, because, well, why should I put all my risk into just buying a crypto coin like an altcoin or Bitcoin when I could invest into a platform and a company? Because this is how the traditional market, the traditional market traders think. They're going to think, if I could invest in a company that will make money whether or not Bitcoin goes up or down, I'm going to put my money there. And that's CRO Coin, guys.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what?
That's CRO Coin, that's Binance, that's OKX. All we need to do is get past the regulation.
Yep, and it's Coinbase too, guys, and we'll talk a little bit more about Coinbase, but this is why Cathie Wood is psychotic about buying coin shares over and over and over again. And I mean, where it's, there's a saying, right? It's like, instead of investing in gold, there's some people that like to invest in the pickaxes and the shovels, and like that's kind of what you're doing here when you're just, okay, maybe you don't want to get in the asset. Why don't you get to the asset provider? It's these exchanges. And guys, the ones that survived the bank run like CRO Coin and all this, keep in mind too, why is CRO so down versus Bitcoin? Because of the exchange FUD. Guys, this huge drop in CRO versus Bitcoin, this is because of all the FUD about exchanges. This is the November FTX crash. We still have to recover from this. And so when we say talking about getting back to 10, 12 cent fair value for CRO, we still got to get back to fair value for CRO versus Bitcoin, guys. And from there, let's just measure that one real quick. From current prices, that is a 60-something% move for CRO versus Bitcoin. And if we get back up to this other blue band here that I got drawn out, I mean, I would love to see us do this 88% gain back to fair value pre-FTX collapse for CRO. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. But this is very important. Not a lot of people are talking about the CRO versus Bitcoin chart, but it's key. Something else I want to share with you guys. So Coinbase beats on revenue and earnings. This was great news, but usage continues to decline. Of course, we got to put something bearish in there because we're a mainstream news publication. But usage continues to decline. Bear market, fear for crypto. Of course, usage continues to decline. But they beat the revenue. Guys, they were expected to make $590 million. They came in at $629 million. Guys, they're $50 million almost over anticipated numbers. This is fantastic. What this should be, and if you guys look at the chart, by the way, for Coinbase, it's up like 45% over the last 3 months. Bitcoin's up 50% over the last 3 months. Coinbase is doing great because crypto's not going anywhere. But these articles, they still want to FUD you. They still just want to FUD you left and right. How hilarious is this? It's so obvious. It's just so obvious.
They're just not ready for the market to pump. They're not ready for it. They want to buy more right now, and they want us to not get the FOMO yet. It's not time. They haven't gotten their positions yet. They need to buy more so that then when it's finally time, they'll pump the markets, and then they can use us as exit liquidity. That's why right now, guys, we need to be buying, not financial advice, but we need to be buying right now And I put in the chat, everyone that's being impatient now about CRO Coin not pumping, the second we do pump, are going to be the ones saying, oh, why can't it just go back down? I need to buy more. Those are going to be the same exact people, guys. So be patient. This is an opportunity. It is an opportunity that CRO Coin has not been blasting off right now, because you can be buying and you'll be rewarded handsomely.
I would say those same people that sold here at the bottom will also, it's either they're going to say, I wish it went back down, or they're going to start FOMOing in and saying that CRO Coin's going to go to $1,000 because they don't understand tokenomics, probably.
Yes, exactly.
Guys, look, it's an emotional game. Investing's an emotional game. This news with FTX has been extremely emotional. But meanwhile, Coinbase is performing. These exchanges, Crypto.com made $1 billion over the last 2 years, each year. Investors see crypto as risky, of course. But look at this. Crypto in Hong Kong getting a soft backing from Beijing. Guys, in case you don't know this, and Hong Kong and China, they're tied. Beijing and Hong Kong, they're tied together. It's technically not China's territory, but there's a lot of interaction between the two. And Hong Kong is going to allow institutional investors, accredited investors, not you and me, not you and me in Hong Kong at least, yet, but they're going to allow accredited investors, aka rich people and institutions, to buy crypto in Hong Kong starting in June. This is very bullish. This is also very bullish from the standpoint of, since China's backing it, and China is the Bitcoin banning country of the world, this might mean that China is about to get even more into crypto in a big way. There's a narrative out there right now that China, banned Bitcoin and they don't have any Bitcoin mining. It's Kazakhstan, guys. They just moved locations. That's what they did. It's again, you talk over here and you do the other thing with the other hand, right? So, guys, China backing crypto. This is huge. This is very, very exciting. Keep an eye out for this. I think this is why you see these Chinese stocks right now going crazy. Neo, VeChain, like we talked about, are pumping because of this news. I also want to call out Charlie Munger. Now, we've been talking about Charlie Munger over and over and over again, okay? And so
I'm ready.
This is hilarious. We talked about Charlie Munger over and over and over again because he came out again recently, bashed crypto. And I watched interviews from Cathie Wood and Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, very famous guy, calling for a huge economic crash. I watched Michael Saylor, Bitcoin, the king of Bitcoin, one of the biggest Bitcoin holders out there. They all came, and this is after we said it, and I'm kind of humble bragging for a second. We called out Charlie Munger because he's 99 years old. He barely probably even looked into crypto. He's so old, how could he possibly understand this new technology? So for him to come out and torch crypto is just stupid. And then weeks later, I watched Michael Saylor and Cathie Wood and Robert Kiyosaki came out and say the exact same thing. We're all in agreement, guys. We've been saying it for a while. And people were like, well, don't rip on Charlie Munger. He's a poor old man. And yeah, he's famous. He's rich. Oh, poor billionaire. But he's part of the old world order, guys. And at the end of the day, his bank friends, they don't want us to get into crypto. And the true technological engineers here and the true savvy investors of our era, Cathie Wood, Robert Kiyosaki, Michael Saylor, we're in agreement. Charlie Munger's an old man. And he's out of the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I mean, just whenever you hear people really fudding something, whether it be crypto or whether it be something completely opposite, the only reason why they're doing that publicly is because it's benefiting them. That's the only reason why they're doing it. They're not doing it to protect you. That's definitely not what they're doing. I just need to make sure that everyone knows that when you see on the news or you see these articles about these people saying, oh, this is bad, or
we need to protect investors.
It has nothing to do with protecting you. It has everything to do with them making more money, probably off of you.
100%. And that's what you hear over and over again from the SEC. Like, we just want to protect investors. We don't want to allow you to invest in these things that, oh, you're too stupid. You'll lose money. You're too stupid. It's too risky. Let me take
but you
my
can
own
buy
risk.
FTX.
If I can legally go to the casino, and I'm not trying to compare crypto to a casino, but I think I just did. But if you can legally go to the casino, I can let me know do what I want with my money. If I want to be dumb and I want to do a 100x leverage trade, let me do that. Let me learn the painful lesson of being too greedy and doing 100x leverage. But if I want to be smart and I want to use 4x leverage and put $10,000 into Bitcoin at 4x leverage from its move from 16,000 up to 24,000 and put a stop loss in at 21,000, I should be allowed to do that. And I shouldn't have to use a VPN in order to do it. And this is kind of the issue, right? You nailed it. They don't want us to really make that money because they need cogs. They need ants on the anthill. They need sheep in the system for the shepherds to herd, right? Because if these billionaires and these billionaire companies don't have employees and everybody's making money, then you don't have the working class. And I think that's really what it is.
I gotta say this. This is for another video and another story, but if they wanted you all to make money, then there wouldn't be things called accredited investors.
Oh, I hate that word. That's a great point. We were talking about these accredited investors. You gotta have $1 million or more, guys. Like, we've probably got like 2 millionaires watching this video right now. I bet. Not everybody can become an accredited investor. That's not a common thing, and it's unfair. Why can people that have more money than somebody else not be able to invest in the same things? Like what is that's like segregation. Like that's like financial.
It really is financial segregation when you really start to dive deeper into it. And it's not just $1 million. There's many other stipulations you need to be following. And even if you are a millionaire, you can't really be an accredited investor. You need to meet many more qualifications, and those qualifications really are just bought.
Absolutely. And by the way, guys, if at any point during this live stream, you guys do have any questions for us, or you got something specific you want us to talk about, feel free to leave us a super chat. There's a lot of comments going through, so we're not going to catch it all, but we do appreciate the support. We appreciate all the questions, all the participation. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. So crypto's speculative nature makes it really dangerous, and we should be protecting you. And this is so funny. It's actually scary and sad. It's sad. The inventor of the worldwide internet has called crypto dangerous, and he doesn't like crypto. I don't understand what happened to this man or who he was bought by. But this is shocking to me that the man that started the internet thinks crypto is dangerous and he's trying to push people away from it. That smells bad to me. That smells like a pay-to-play situation. It kind of reminds me of Charlie Munger, and I think it's idiotic. I don't know. What's your take on this one?
It's this. I feel like I'm saying the same thing. All of these guys are the same. They're all in the same. They're all in the same club, and they don't want you to become a member of that club. That's what it is.
It's just so sad. It's just so obvious. Again, comparing it to the internet bubble. You know what? Absolutely ridiculous. It's just sad. This man created the internet, and then he's coming in and he's bashing it. It's silly. And here's the other thing I want to point out. We talked about Coinbase, came in, had more revenue than people expected. People are shorting it. These same people, this guy, this rich man and his rich friends, and the other people out there, JP Morgan CEO, Jamie Dimon, these are the ones that are shorting Coinbase and other Silvergate, George Soros shorted Silvergate. He bought Bitcoin, but he shorted Silvergate. They're trying to drive these companies down. There are big players out there that are trying to drive these markets down. But guys, it has not gone well. Bitcoin's up 50% in the last 3 months. Coinbase is up 45% in the last 3 months. They're losing. Why? Because you can't stop it. They'll never stop it, guys. They will never, ever stop it. So smash up the like button to get rid of the old world order, the old financial regime, may I say. This was great to see, Blacksea. Now, New York is extremely tight on the regulation. Folks couldn't buy certain coins in New York. I got a cousin in New York for a period of time. I don't think he could buy CRO Coin on Coinbase because of New York, regulators. But this is good to see. eToro's, not a platform I'd recommend to anybody out there personally. I'd rather have you own your own crypto and, get your own coins. And they got all these like trust crypto traders, and you can trade simultaneous to somebody who's trading crypto, and you could follow their trades. I don't like that stuff. I think do your own research, follow the channel, learn a little bit, look at other things, look at news stories, develop your own opinion, and, choose your own destiny, right? But this is great to see. eToro gained a New York BIT license to provide crypto services. This is a good step in the right direction. These are the kind of things that we need. Crypto.com, you want it to go up? You want that 450, that 300% gain versus Bitcoin? We need crypto to get regulated in the right way, and we need New York to allow things to happen. We need all these, tight regulatory bodies to kind of loosen the reins on this and just let crypto operate. But I was very excited to see this news. I just think it's good. On top of that, Huobi is getting into Hong Kong. And this is great because, once again, regulation is lightening up in Hong Kong. China's lightening its stance. So Huobi's jumping in, and they're taking advantage. I know that Crypto.com, I think at one point was based in Hong Kong, and then they moved because it was tightened. So I'm curious to see if they get back into this. But Huobi's another big exchange. Maybe another great token to look at. I mean, I'm bullish on exchanges, guys. The ones that stuck around, the ones that are have proper ethics, not FTXs of the world, should I say. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think that there's a chance here that everyone is thinking that the regulation is going to be absolutely massive and it's going to be super, super heavy. And I think that there's a chance here that, especially if the United States doesn't come out with their regulatory stances now, it might be a situation of it where it's now or never. And if you see all these other countries coming out with regulation and they beat United States to it and the Western world to it, and it's light, it's not super heavy regulation, I think you might see the United States be forced into a corner kind of where they won't be able to heavily regulate crypto, because if they do, they're going to push all the money out. And I think that that's really, really bullish and something to be thinking about.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see, what crypto exchanges different countries embrace more, because there's definitely going to be like nationalized brands, I would assume. I think like there's going to be certain countries that are more popular with certain exchanges, and I'm just curious to see. Coinbase is clearly in the corner of the US, but there's no token for Coinbase, right? So is it going to be Crypto.com? Is it going to be Kraken? Is it going to be Gemini? Is it going to be KuCoin? Is it what's it going to be? It's going to be very interesting to see. Another reason, folks, that we might be having some volatility here in the upcoming, today, right? Why are we having volatility today? Why is Bitcoin going down today? Well, this might be a reason, guys. FTX Japan customers were able to begin withdrawing fiat today, February 21st. And so the question is, and I talked about this in my video earlier, are they going to sell out of crypto completely? Are they holding FTX tokens and going to sell those for other exchange tokens? Or are they going to keep it on the exchange? Or are they going to sell it for Bitcoin and say, forget exchange tokens altogether, I'm going into Bitcoin, pushing Bitcoin up to $30,000, and then eventually we kind of have that altcoin season? What do you think? What's the most likely scenario? I feel like 50% would just ditch crypto, maybe, which is maybe what we're seeing. What about you?
I just don't want to see FTX being talked about anymore, honestly. The fact that they are going to be allowing people to withdraw funds is great. Don't get me wrong, is very, very great. But this looks like almost like the beginning of a turnaround of where FTX comes back, and I don't want that to happen. That's very scary to think about. But I do think that there's a chance that people that invested in crypto or will say, I'm never touching that again, I got ruined. And hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully those people realize maybe I should own my own coins. Maybe there's something to this decentralization. Maybe there is something to this blockchain technology. Maybe I should use it. Maybe I shouldn't let these big centralized exchanges hold on to my stuff. And maybe those people will actually learn from their mistakes, and it will create a better and more solid crypto space.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hate to say this, Black Sea, but I'm really getting the feeling down in my bones. I mean, I'm seeing what this new CEO of FTX is saying. Like, they're talking about starting it back up. I
Yeah,
think
disgusting.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to succeed. They're going to change the leadership. They're going to move a couple pawns around. It's going to be probably the same game. I'm sure they're going to do things more legally, maybe even entirely, but it's still like I don't want to endorse that company. I think that they should be out. I'd rather see other players take their place. OKX, Crypto.com, Huobi, get out of here, FTX. But
I just don't know how they can succeed with unless they pay every single person their money.
well,
Unless they do that, I
yeah,
don't see how
yeah.
anybody is going to put their money on that platform. I don't understand how.
Yeah, and I think this is good to see that they are, at least in Japan, giving some. I want to see them give money back, but outside of that, I'm with you. I mean, I don't want to see more FTX news. I mean, guys, at the end of the day, that's the thing that brought us down. We hit bottom. We called it on the channel. If you guys have been watching the channel, we've been really spot on with a lot of our predictions here. What a fun thing too, to be able to go back to our previous videos and see, we said that. I mean, like we said it. I looked at the CRO versus Bitcoin chart recently in the last week. I called bottom on that. We had a rally versus Bitcoin for CRO. We called bottom for Bitcoin. We've hit bottom and we're moving up. Of course, guys, there's more potential room. Black Swan events, we could go down, but we know there is a Bitcoin halving coming up. We know that there's potentially a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin coming in the next bull market. Who knows? Maybe we stall out at 100. We'll have to see. There's a lot of upside though, folks. There's so much.
I like to interject and say, we did call bottom. Bottom is in, but like Crypto Kip said, there are always chances of Black Swan events. But even if we do have a Black Swan event, I will say I don't think that the bottom is anywhere further than $5,000 from 15,500. I don't see Bitcoin going underneath 12K. If we were to have a Black Swan event, I don't think that that's possible.
No, I'd be dropping my jaw. If we broke below like 10K, like that'd be insane. Like if we dropped down to 15K, I'd still drop my jaw, but I'd just kind of be like, okay, I'll buy more, But if we drop down to 10K, I'd probably sweat. I'd probably cry. And then I'd probably still buy. No, I'd definitely buy. I mean,
then you would buy more.
I'd cry and I'd buy. This is the cry and buy level. You're looking at basically, this is cry and buy over here is what we're going to see. They should add that to the chart, I think. Cry and buy. Because that's what a lot of us would be doing most likely. But guys, there's so many reasons to be bullish here, right? We're so excited. I mean, we're going to give away free money. We're giving away free NFTs. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We're at 7,000 subscribers right now, almost 8,000. When we hit 25,000 subscribers, we're giving away this loaded lion. It's like worth 2K right now. We're giving away $1,000 at 10,000 subscribers. We're doing 5 videos a day for you guys. So we'll keep it coming. We'll talk all things Bitcoin. We're doing Bitcoin video every day. And we're doing 2 CRO Coin videos every day. And we're doing shorts for you guys to just give you a quick news blast. So maybe you're into the shorts. Shorts are great. Maybe you're into long videos. Long videos are great. Maybe you want to do the live streams. Every Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be right here. We will not miss. We will keep going because we know that crypto is the future. We are so excited to make some money on CRO Coin, on Bitcoin, on all these other projects, guys. Just got to get some of this regulation out of the way, folks. Got to get rid of the FUD, and that's exactly what we like to talk about here on the channel. Blacksea, see anything going on here in the chat? We got 82 viewers. We got 40 likes. Let's get those likes up to 50, guys. I see 82 you guys watching right now. We appreciate you guys checking it out. Smash the like button. It really helps us in the algorithm.
Yeah, I would like to say, guys, please, if you stuck around this far, please like this video, subscribe, and please do consider becoming a member. We have a private Discord where we have custom emojis, first of all, for the live streams and for our videos where you can comment. You get these loyalty badges, but on top of that, you get access to our private Discord where there's trade signals, NFT alpha, NFT whitelist spot giveaways, and just more of a one-on-one community with Crypto Kip and I, and it's a blast there.
I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. We're growing this community, you guys. We're having a lot of fun. We're talking in Discord, and I'll go back over to this CRO chart real quick just to give you guys a little update before we call it a day. I think, maybe we bounce back down to this level potentially, but it looks like we could potentially take a swipe at breaking above this recent high at 9.5 cents. If we do, Bitcoin versus CRO could get quite bullish again, and we could be looking at potentially very quickly, very, very quickly, guys, this 12% move against Bitcoin. That'd be so awesome to see. And I think if this goes on, Bitcoin's still going to be going up too. I don't think that they're going to be inverses of each other by any means. But I'm feeling excited, guys. I'm feeling good. There's fear out there, but if you're buying this dip and it's your first time, just patience, guys. These are long market cycles. We got a lot of time. We're going to be with you guys the entire step of the way. Become a member. Join us every Tuesday, Thursday, these live streams. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a lot of fun together, guys. Looking for some questions. Eduardo, CRO fam, I appreciate that. Yes, Chris Noble, thanks for joining. Nazar, DCA. I love it. Nazar's asking, Ron, why not just restake instead of cashing out? Yeah, I'm restaking all my CRO that I'm earning in the DeFi app. And I'm actually buying Tonic because I think there's a lot of upside. We're one away from 50 likes, guys. One more like and we'll get to 50. But I'm DCAing, guys. I'm taking the money that I'm earning from my staking on the Crypto.com DeFi app. I'm putting it into some of these lower cap altcoins on the CRONOS chain, and I'm looking to make a big buck or two, right, as this bull market starts to come. Folks, that's all I got. We really appreciate you guys tuning in here. We're so excited for this bull run. We got another live stream on Thursday. We'll see. Maybe we can get up, above $25,000 before our next stream. Maybe we can even catch a pump during our stream. We'll have to see what happens, folks. That's all I got. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Blacksea, you got any parting words for the community here?
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I always really love doing these live streams, and we'll see you next Thursday.
We will see you next Thursday, folks. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, folks, you got to remember to DCA for the long haul. You got to hodl. Diamond hands. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, CRO fam. Have a great night, guys. We will see you next time. Look out. Get a Bitcoin pump. Peace.